After the age of 60, many people believe that life becomes passive, predictable, and gradually loses its brightness. But reality can be quite different. Yolanda Bernal is a vivid example of how even in old age you can look decent. She is 62 years old, but outwardly, she is often given no more than 40. She gives the impression of a person with lightness, energy, and inner composure, which is why her real age is surprising. But first of all, you need to understand that there is no luck or genetics involved. It's all about a clear system of habits that she's been following for the last few years. And the most interesting thing is that this system is simple, and you can start implementing it into your life today. Therefore, watch this video to the end and you will learn her main secrets of youth. So let's get started. The first important factor is training, and at Yolanda Bernal, they play a key role in maintaining a youthful body and energy. She works out both at home and in the gym, but the main thing is not the place, but consistency and regularity. Her approach is not about exhaustion, but about constantly keeping the body in working order. With age, the body loses muscle mass and tissue density if it does not receive exercise. Her workouts work as a signal to the body, maintain strength, flexibility, and an active metabolism. Thanks to this, the muscles do not turn off, the joints remain mobile, and the posture remains young and collected. It is also important that she trains without pressure and stress, which helps to maintain hormonal balance and not overload the nervous system. The second stage is her active, non-sedentary lifestyle, and it strongly affects her youth and general body condition. Yolanda Bernal does not spend her day constantly sitting. She moves a lot, often changes her body position, remains active in household chores, and tries not to stay in one position for long. This approach seems simple, but it determines how the body works during the day. When a person sits a little and moves often, blood circulation improves, the lymphatic system works more actively, and energy levels are more stable. The body does not fall asleep in economy mode as it does when sitting for a long time. The muscles receive a regular gentle load, the joints remain mobile, and the posture is more composed. As a result, even without training, the body is constantly engaged in work, and this directly affects her lightness, endurance, and visually youthful appearance. The next factor is her mindset, and this is perhaps even more important than training. Yolanda does not live in the logic of "I'm getting old." She lives in the logic of "my life goes on and gets richer." This is not a naive positive, but an internal attitude that directly affects physiology. Because the brain doesn't just think, it controls hormones, stress levels, sleep quality, and tissue repair. If a person is constantly fixated on aging, decline, and limitations, the body begins to adjust to this scenario. Chronic stress increases, recovery worsens, and energy decreases. And when attention is focused on life, interest, and new experiences, other processes are activated. Neuroplasticity improves, the emotional background stabilizes, and the overall energy level increases. Separately, it is worth talking about how Yolanda perceives herself. Her style is not just about clothes. It is a self-awareness tool. She chooses images that emphasize her femininity, confidence, and individuality. And it affects behavior more than it seems, because the external image forms the inner role that a person begins to play automatically. When a person feels well, groomed, attractive, and collected, they begin to move differently. There is more confidence, more energy, more contact with the outside world. Even the posture changes, and posture is followed by breathing, circulation, and alertness levels. And this is not psychology for beauty. This is physiology through self-perception. Many underestimate this aspect, considering it secondary, but in practice, it often becomes the trigger for big changes. A person begins to behave differently, and the body adjusts to the new behavior. The most overlooked factor is her social life. Yolanda is not limited to the role of mother and grandmother, although it is an important part of her identity and daily routine. Communication, meetings, interaction with different people, vivid emotions, and various events are always present in her life. This is crucial for keeping the brain and psyche young, as well as internal energy. Social isolation, on the contrary, is considered one of the fastest accelerators of aging. When there is a lack of communication, the brain receives fewer stimuli. Life becomes monotonous and predictable, and cognitive functions gradually weaken. Live interaction is a constant training for the mind. New topics, reactions, impressions, and situations keep the nervous system flexible. Yolanda consciously creates a saturated environment around herself. This is not an accident, but a steady habit and choice. She doesn't wait for a mood or a suitable reason. She forms her own social circle and activity level every day. If you put everything together, it becomes clear that her youth is not one secret, but a whole system of elements. When a person moves, they have more energy to communicate. When he has communication, his mood improves and he moves more easily. When you have positive thinking, it's easier to keep active. When you have style and confidence, you become motivated to go out into the world. It's a closed loop that either pulls you down or lifts you up. And Yolanda Bernal's story shows that age is not a sentence. It becomes just a number if the lifestyle works in favor of the body, not against it. Therefore, the main conclusion here is quite simple, but not always convenient. Youth is not preserved by itself. It has to be supported by actions every day. And in this sense, the question doesn't sound like, how does she manage to look like this at 62? Otherwise, what elements of her life can you integrate into yours right now to make your future look different? Because the difference between aging and longevity often doesn't start in the future. It starts in the ordinary daily decisions that you make today. Friends, what do you think of this woman? Write your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like it and share the link with those who might find it particularly useful. We also recommend watching this video, which has now appeared on your screen.